So, students, this is chapter number 1, matter question answer. First question is define the term matter and what is composed of. It's given on page number 2 of your book. Matter is something which occupies space and has mass and can be perceived by our senses. It is composed of tiny particles called molecules. Molecules can exist free in nature and it has all the properties that of matter. Next question. State 3 properties of molecules of matter. So these are the properties given in your book of page number 2. You can write any 3 properties of matter. Next question. What do you mean by intermolecular space and how do they vary in different states of matter? It is given on your page number 14 of your book, and here the answer is the space between the molecules of matter is called intermolecular space. In case in solids, the intermolecular space is least. In liquids, the intermolecular space is more than in solids, and in gases, the intermolecular spaces are maximum. This much you have to write. Next question: what is mean by intermolecular forces of attraction and how do they vary in solid, liquid, and gases? It is again given on page number 14 of your book that force of attraction between molecules is called intermolecular force of attraction. In solids, intermolecular force of attraction is maximum. In liquids, the intermolecular force of attraction is less than that in solids, and in gases, the intermolecular force of attraction is negligibly small. This much you have to write in question number 4. Next question number 5. Which of them is correct? So solids have definite shape and they have definite volume. Liquids have definite volume but no definite shape. They take the shape of the container. So A and B is correct. Gases have definite volume but no definite shape. This is false statement. And liquids have both definite shape and definite volume, which is also false. Question number 6. Discuss the 3 states of matter, solid, liquid and gas on the basis of molecular model. So this is the question answer number 6. The molecules in solid are closely packed due to the strong attractive forces between them, and you have to make this you have to write this also. The molecules in a solid are in fixed positions and due to strong intermolecular forces they do not leave their position and they have definite shape and volume. In case of liquids, you have to write the molecules in a liquid are less closely packed and their positions are not fixed and they are free to move within the boundary of the vessel and they have weak intermolecular forces as compared to solids. Then you have to write that they can slide over one another, which liquid can flow, and they have weak intermolecular forces, and liquids do not have definite shape and they have definite volume, along with the diagram given on this page number 5 of your book. And then what you have to do, write the molecular diagram in case of molecular model in case of gases. So in case of gases, the molecules in gas are wide apart, their positions are not fixed because they have least intermolecular force of attraction between them, and they move in the space available to them, and they do not have definite shape nor definite volume, and you have to make this diagram also. This is question number 6. Let's move on to question number 7. What do you mean by the change of state and write the flow chart showing the complete cycle of the change of state? So the answer is this given on page number 7 of your book. This is the definition, what you have to write about the change of state, and this flow chart you have to make in question number 7. Next question, differentiate between melting point and boiling point, giving at least one example of each. So melting point, the temperature at which the solid changes into liquid by absorbing heat, is called melting point, and this is the example. And then they've asked you the boiling point. Boiling point is given over here, the temperature at which liquid changes into vapor by absorbing heat, and the example is also given over here. It is on page number 9 of your book. Question number 9. Describe the process of condensation and sublimation with examples. So condensation is given over here, the change from vapor to liquid state at constant temperature on rejecting heat. And example is also given over here. You have to write the whole para, and then they have asked you sublimation. Sublimation, you will write this definition that it is a direct change from solid to vapor state without undergoing any liquid state. And then you can write the examples from here. Any one example you write it from here. Here you can also write this, or you can also write these. So any example you write it in your own words. Next question. Next is explain the terms melting and melting point. So let's see. Again, it is given on page number 7 of your book. Melting, the change of this solid state to liquid state on heating at a fixed temperature, and melting point is the temperature at which the change has been occurred. And this example, so they have told you to write melting and melting point. Melting point already we have discussed in question number 8. So you write down melting and melting point from here, page number 7 of your book, along with the example. Next question. Describe an experiment to demonstrate the substance absorb heat during melting without change in its temperature. So this you have to write over here. You have to write this experiment along with this diagram, observation and conclusion. Observation you can make like this also. Here you can write time, and this here you write temperature, and you make small boxes. Write the observation, not in the elongated form. It will take up whole of your page. So cut down these words as shown in figure, then record your observation. So you have to write this much along with the diagram, and the conclusion part also you have to write. Next question is explain the term vaporization and boiling point. Only write definitions is enough. No need to write examples for this. So it is given on page number 14 of your book, recapitulation part. The change from liquid state to gaseous state on heating at a fixed temperature is called boiling or vaporization, and the temperature at which the substances changes from solid state to liquid state to vapor state by absorbing heat is called boiling point. So this boiling point definition already also you have written, so no need to write it again, and no need to explain with examples. Okay, next question. Question number 13. A substance liquid can change into vapor state at a fixed temperature and at all temperature. Name the process involved in the two cases. So first one is boiling, second one is evaporation. Next one. Some ice is taken in a beaker and its temperature is recorded after 1 minute. So you can see here. So what they have asked you, what do you conclude from this above observations? So we conclude that the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Next is describe an experiment to demonstrate that the water absorbs heat during boiling at a constant temperature. It is given on page number 10 of your book. So this is the answer. You have to write this experiment along with the observation and diagram. Next question. State the melting point of ice and the boiling point of water. So melting point is 0 degrees Celsius and boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. What is evaporation? So again it is given on page number 14 of your book. You write it down from there. And next question is state 3 factors which affect the rate of evaporation of a liquid. It is given on page number 11 of your book. So these are the factors: temperature, area of the exposed surface, nature of the liquid, flow of air above the liquid, and then presence of moisture. You write any 4 factors on which the evaporation depends upon. No need of explaining it. Next question is, wet clothes dry more quickly on a warm day than on a cold humid day. So you have to write the rate of evaporation, is directly proportional to the temperature. So rate of evaporation is higher on a warm day. So wet clothes dry up more quickly on a warm day as compared to a cold day. Next question. Next question is, water in a dish evaporates faster than in a bottle. So again, rate of evaporation is more when the area of exposed surface is more. So water in a dish evaporates faster as compared to bottle. Next, why are volatile liquids such as alcohol, spirit are stored in a tightly closed containers or bottles? This is your answer. It evaporates much faster than water, so it is stored in tightly closed bottles. This is your answer. Next question. Next question, they have given you again some observation and they have told you to write what do you think from the boiling point, about the boiling point. So boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Next question, why is cooling produced on evaporation on a liquid? It is given on page number 12 of your book. So here it is, the answer of question number 424. If some alcohol is so the question number 23, sorry, the reason for cooling and evaporation is that when a liquid changes in vapor, it requires heat, and this heat is supplied by the surroundings of the liquid. So this results in fall in temperature. Next is question number 24. Explain with an example when liquid evaporates, it takes heat from its surrounding. So if some alcohol is poured on cotton wrapped from the bulb of a thermometer and the reading of the thermometer falls, this shows that the cooling is produced when a liquid evaporates and takes the heat from the surrounding. Or this much you have to write from here to here, and you have to add these words, taking heat from the surrounding, or you can write it in your own words also. Explain why in hot summer days water remains cool in earthen pots. So again, it is given on page number 12 of your book. So this is answer number 26. In summer, water gets cooled in an earthen pot. The reason is that water seeps out of the surface of the pores of the pot and it evaporates. A patient is suffering from high fever. It is advised to put wet cloth strip on his forehead. So doctors are advised to put strips of wet cloth on the forehead of a patient. This evaporates. The strips evaporates and takes heat from the body of the patient, and thus the temperature of the body decreases. This is the answer number 27. Next question. Question number 25. Give two examples of evaporation. So two applications of evaporation, since we have discussed these two questions, so you can write these 2 points as your applications, or you can also write these points also. Any 2 applications out of the 4 you have to write. Next is, what do you mean by sublimation, and explain with example. Already this we have discussed when we are doing question number 13. Question number 9, describe the process of condensation and sublimation with examples. So again you can write from there only. What do you mean by sublimation? You have to write the definition, then you have to write it with an example. You can give the example of naphthalene balls, or you can also give the example of dry ice. Next, question number 29. Why does the size of naphthalene ball decreases when left open? So here it is given. Sometimes sublimation also takes place without heating, and for example, naphthalene balls, which we use to protect woolen clothes from insects, directly changes into vapor, and this time they become small in size. So this is the answer number 29. Next question. Describe an experiment to demonstrate the process of sublimation. So this is given on page number 13 of your book, activity number 10. So this you have to write. are supposed to write these words. Okay, and you have to write the experiment, the observation along with this diagram. So this is your end of the chapter.